It's Diary G, bring your SMB, and it's once again time for Night at the Hunt, and for this one it will be one video, all 5 stages. So let's get straight into it. By this point we should all know how Night at the Hunt works. And yeah, what we're going to be doing here is we'll be doing a run at stage 1, then 2, 3, 4, whatever. Overall, hero here, like, at least at the moment, you cannot compete if you don't have a Timeless Iona, right? It's kind of a given. And unfortunately, also, if you don't have a Fleeting Bella, your Iona also won't perform as well. Outside of that, we have our best light armor gear on Timeless Iona, as well as the artifact, so the Eye of Truth. We have then our second best light gear on our Cyrene, again Eye of Truth. Then best medium gear on Ressa. I guess you could say third best light on Bella. Bella in this case has the level 5 crit artifact, but it doesn't make a difference. Just any artifact with high base attack. And then we also have Acapella. Acapella really doesn't make a difference. So let's go into the fight and let's give it a go. Overall, there's something very interesting in this fight. If you have around 100 blood soul recovery, you'll be able to pull off a rotation where you can use a Hardy instead of a Ressa. But for us, we have really currently no extra blood soul recovery stats whatsoever on any of our units. So we'll have to be using Ressa, which is what we'll be doing here. So we start out with Acapella and follow that whole thing up with a Iona. And then I guess we just speed it up in between. But yeah, for the main part here, we're just going with our, I guess you could say, standard rotation. So the standard 4, then get an Acapella in there. And here we kind of save and wait until around 131. So that we can trigger the Iona ult. So that we don't have any like DPS downtime during the stun. Here we can fast forward and just wait for Fleeting Bella to kind of leave Timeless Iona. To then go back into Timeless. We're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of cost here, but it is worth it in the end, just on a rotation basis. So yeah, then we also obviously use our Ressa to make sure we kind of like get our rotation in order, get that Cyrene ult out of the way, and then also obviously again at around 1 the Iona ult, with then the follow-up of the Acapella ult, which as you kind of notice is a little bit early, seeing how we did it during the Blood Moon, leading to us, you could say, kind of wasting a little bit of that full moon potential, but we can kind of make up for it right here. So it's not the end of the world. Could it have been a bit better? Sure. Did it turn out fine in the end anyway? You could say so. So there we go. Here once again we get the stun in, but we get the perfect rotation. We get the full boost. We obviously want to make use of Cyrene here then on top of that too. And then for the very last time, another Timeless Iona. We can ult here for free, so might as well. And then for the last couple of seconds, another Fleeting Bella buff, as well as potentially another extra ult here. Blood Moon wouldn't have done much. And there we go. We set our, I guess, new record. And yeah, there you go. That's kind of how you want to do this rotation. Works without any like real blood soul recovery requirements. And yeah, enjoy. Alright, so for stage 2 I have something very special for you, and that is, there is a strategy you can follow step by step to the second if you want to get like a particularly high score on it. You can see how we have like 638, Lisa has 675, and everybody else is kind of like pretty far away from that. If you want to copy this, try to make it happen for you, you can do so. Just keep in mind, it is very finicky and it's also kind of annoying. So but hey, if you want to improve your score anywhere, nothing better than stage 2. The only requirement is you have to start the stage and you need to get the 10 blood soul recovery at a 20% chance on the very first mob. Have fun. Okay, people. Due to popular request, we'll do this shit one more time. Okay? We've gotten our kills. Let's do this shit one last time. Alright? 700? The fuck you mean 700? Okay. So 140. All right. Success. Hello, you go live 7 a.m. for me, so I can't always was live, but I'm glad to be here. I like the content. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, that's just, I guess, the drawbacks of a global game, huh? Like, for me, it's like middle of the day, right? And for you, it's like 7 a.m., so... But hey, thank you for stopping by. Alright. So... Acapella at 1:35. We just go to the dot with the timings, because why not, right? Why not? We just follow them on the dot. Yes. Good job. Okay. 127. All right. And now we wait until the clock hits 127. Success. And the future now we wait until 122. Okay. But why do we wait until 122? Fleeting Bella's already ready. I don't know. But we don't question. We don't ask questions. We follow orders. So that's why we wait until 122. Next step, 115. Alright. Good job. Now 110. Huh? Close enough. Our acapella went off at like 1-9. Is what it is. Alright? 104. Success. And the future without limit. All right. 57 seconds. 52 seconds. And the future without limit begins from here. Keep walking forward. 40 seconds. Solo performance. 38 seconds. 28 seconds. Clearly, I mean, what else would it be if not 28 seconds? There we go. 26 seconds. Okay. 23 seconds. A little off. And then the last one is at 13 seconds. Okay. Alright, time for stage 3. Stage 3, the buffs should be the blue buff, which means your Timeless Aeona instantly gets the major damage up, as well as obviously the Assassin's buff. But it depends on how strong your Aeona is. You might be better off, depending on the time, to actually go with the Primal Roar for the attack speed, crit rate, and crit damage increase, as long as you can't kill super fast. Team-wise right here, if you have a Silver Shadow Chronometer, you'll be able to finish around 2 seconds faster because you'll be able to get like that extra blood soul. If not, this is kind of your best bet, so it's going to be a Van Helsing with a Cyrene, a Fleeting Bella, a Gilrain, and a Timeless Aeona. The Fleeting Bella applies healing to Cyrene and Van Helsing, meaning they both get the buff from inspiration. Timeless Aeona obviously gives herself the shield, meaning she gets the inspiration. They are all marksmen as well as assassins, the same way that Gilrain is. And gear priority wise, which is currently not for me geared like that, but what you would do is you have the basic attack artifact on Aeona, you have the basic attack artifact on Cyrene, the basic attack artifact on Gilrain, and the crit artifact on Van Helsing. And that would be like the naturally fastest time. Overall, you can even try to just run it on auto, because you're not even gonna get a full Blood Moon out anyway, depending on what kind of rotation you're running. Like, for example, right here, like this, we are starting out with the Timeless Aeona, buffing our Timeless Aeona, and then kind of finishing with the Gilrain, but we're like finished in a way that we don't even really get to use Gilrain, right? We don't even get to that moment where we use Gilrain, so we wouldn't even be able to, you know, get to like a full moon. If it obviously takes you longer getting a different buff, or using a different ult rotation, like fleeting into Timeless, or Timeless first and then fleeting, and then finishing off with like a Nicole could also work, because that would be the cheapest full moon. So the best combo would be Timeless Aeona into fleeting, into then a Nicole. Alright, time for stage 4, Crustacean Crisis. Overall, again, similar enough to what you're kinda used to. Overall, still same shenanigans. We have a Cyrene, we have a Van Helsing, we have a Timeless Aeona, we have an Acapella, we have a Fleeting Bella. It's nothing super new, nothing super special. And then here again, rotation-wise or artifact-wise, we have the basic artifacts. You want to start it with Timeless Aeona just so you can get your kills going. Then you can start introducing Acapella so you can get more rage, get yourself that Bella buff. And then as soon as possible, you can obviously start with another Aeona and then kind of, I guess, save your way up to a Van Helsing. Like, the rotations here are, to a degree, kind of random. They are kind of predictable, but you're really just relying on, okay, are your units one-shotting? Are they hitting? Are they not hitting? So there's not a lot of things that are, like, specifically under your control. It's more of a stage you just kind of go in, you just play it a bunch. You could technically even try playing it on auto. If you want to time something properly, you would want to use your Timeless Aeona ult in a way that whenever it ends, right, like right here, you would then trigger her again, preferably in a way that you hit everyone, even with like a ult start blast. But that's yeah, that's kind of it, right? You don't want to trigger Van Helsing. That's like the main part. Don't trigger Van Helsing multiple times, and then just use whatever is available to kind of rotate to that next Timeless Aeona ult. Then do it all over again. Don't forget to actually get some rotations in, go through your Blood Moon, use your Fleeting Bella into Timeless Aeona whenever possible. Use Timeless Aeona whenever possible, or not whenever possible, but whenever ult ends. And the rest is kind of, you could say, almost up to fate. Huh? How much higher does it go? It is what it is, right? Like, you can also try really hard and try to achieve like over 400. But it doesn't really help you as much, right? It doesn't really do much for you. Alright, here we are already at stage 5. So what you're bringing is a Augustine. The reason why you bring Augustine is for this passive right here, where he marks a unit at the beginning of the battle. If that unit dies, you get a Blood Soul, which can then help you trigger your Timeless Iona ult earlier. Triggering Timeless Iona ult earlier ends the fight earlier. And then you also have Gilrain and Nicole as assassins to take this target out faster, because that's the one getting marked by Augustine, meaning he dies faster, and then you can just pull off your rotation faster, right? This would be the optimal moon in a Timeless Iona by a Fleeting Bella, and then a half moon in Nicole. Overall, you can run this fight fully on auto, and the main goal is you kind of want this half moon unit to die before you reach 3 blood, or at least the moment you do, so that you can trigger Timeless Iona as soon as possible. And there you go. It's a fight, right? It's a fight. You could be faster, you could be slower. Buff wise, you really want to go with the buff as well as the inspiration. Nothing else here is truly useful. And yeah, that's kind of the fight, right? That's kind of the fight. This Night of the Hunt, short and easy.